All right, we've got our centered clay, and I've stretched this opening out quite a bit. Remember, the thinner you leave this opening, the taller your piece is going to be. The wider you make this opening, the wider your piece is going to be. Okay, so the diameter of this, hole here matters. Okay, as does the depth. Now, we're making a bowl. A lot of times when people get to this stage, they've opened it a little bit, it's still pretty centered. They just kind of go, oh, I'm done. But the reality is, like, this is about 1.5 inches or so thick right here, which means, it's not very sophisticated, not very professional. We want to pull this up. Okay, pull the wall up, make this taller, lighter, make the walls thinner. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to do this, all right? The way I do it personally is I like to use a sponge in my outside hand, all right, because I feel like I have more grip that way. But essentially, I'm pinching the clay, okay, just like you would pinch anything. But remember, you always want your hands to work together. So I'm pinching the clay between my fingertips. I'm holding the sponge in my outside hand. As I work up, I'm pinching the clay. And trying to force that clay to get taller. Okay, and again, the sponge, is just along for the ride. I'm just using it for grip, really, with my outside hand. Good idea with a bowl, most things you're throwing, really, is after you get done with the pull, compress the rim, okay? I'm not giving it a lot of pressure. I'm not really trying to change the shape or anything. I'm just compressing the rim, which helps hold the form a little bit. Okay. You got to evaluate this now. I still have some clay down here. It's pretty thick. The rim looks good, but don't be fooled because I have clay down at the bottom that's pretty thick and I can pull up with and make this taller, okay? So I'm going to do that. Also, as your piece gets taller, it's not a bad idea to maybe slow the wheel speed down a little bit. You have more control that way. Now, you'll notice a lot of people will get a lump in the center down here as they're throwing, okay? A good idea is to take your sponge, use both hands, remember we're always using both hands no matter what, and try to push down and out from the center of your bowl, okay? Down and towards the wall to flatten the floor of your bowl, okay? That adds compression and it prevents from what we call S-cracks from happening later as your bowl's drying. Looks like I can get about one more pull here. Compress the rim. And we've got a pretty decent cereal bowl here. So there you go. Those are some throwing reminders. Remember, I've gone over this in class, but this is to help you, if you've put throwing off for a little bit and you need reminders on the process, generally speaking, watch these videos and ask questions when you need assistance.